Requiem for a Whore by Gary Ives, read by Gary Ives. When I graduated high school, my older brother Jarvis took me to a whorehouse in West Memphis. Jarvis told the girl it was my first time, and if she could make it last half an hour, there'd be another 20 in it for her. The girl, called Bunny, not her real name, just her working name, naturally knew a lot more about doing it than I did. She couldn't have been more than 17 or 18, with a slender body, sort of like my own, but with small breasts and lovely shoulder-length auburn hair. I thought she was beautiful. It was I who could not make it last for half an hour, since once we were naked, it was all over in her hand in just a couple of minutes. "Listen, sweetie," she whispered, "let's just lie here for a bit and let that battery recharge." We lay in the semi-dark, fondling each other 10 minutes or so, and sure enough, my battery recharged. And this time, the event transcended Bunny's hand and lasted maybe 5 minutes instead of 3. As we were dressing, she asked my name. Tommy Gray. "I like you, miss, and I want to thank you for this. It was pretty special," was the best I could manage. "I like you too, Tom, and I'm so pleased to have been your first. That's special to me, too." She grabbed my hand and squeezed it with both of hers, kissing me on the forehead. I wanted to see her again. All summer long I thought about Bunny. In fact, every night and every morning I conjured an image of her face and that silky, soft body. I was shy with girls and did not date, so you might reckon on my sexual initiation playing overly heavy on my mind. But despite only 1/2 hour spent with her, I felt something for her. She was precious, and in my mind held a sacred, exalted station. So what if Bunny was a whore? I believe she felt a spark of affection for me. That summer I turned 17 and joined the Navy. Before I left for boot camp, I hitched a ride to West Memphis. At the whorehouse, which was a motel next to a roadhouse, there was no Bunny. "Bunny? She's been gone for months, sonny," the lady told me. "Maybe you'd like a date with Trudy here." "No, thank you, ma'am. You got an address for Bunny?" "Sorry, we don't have no address." 2 years later, I was a gunner's mate, 3rd class, aboard a patrol boat on the Bosic River in South Vietnam. Returning from a night patrol, our seaman and I were on the bow readying lines to tie up when our boat hit a mine and came under fire from the left bank, only half a mile from our base. I caught the force of the mine's blast that sent shrapnel and fiberglass from the boat's hull up my leg and into my crotch. The bosun's mate and engineman, protected in an armored cockpit, returned fire and sent up the distress fare. I and our seaman lay on the deck, soaked in blood. T.J. Jameson, our seaman, bled out before the rescue boat arrived. I remember being loaded aboard the helo. I do not remember the surgery that removed my shattered balls and attempted to repair my right leg. I lay 6 weeks in the Army hospital at Nha Trang, enduring 2 more surgeries on my leg, enduring pain that lying immobile accentuates. Feeling could not be restored to the leg, and I was going home. Now, on Thursdays, the Red Cross girls came. These were American girls in their 20s, called Donut Dollies, part of a program to boost morale. They visited camps and bases and hospitals, delivering smiles, games, snacks. On my 2nd week in the hospital, Bunny, the girl of my dreams, appeared in a Red Cross uniform at my bedside, asking, "How about some cards, sailor?" Then, staring, she said slowly, "Tom? You're Tom. Tom from West Memphis, aren't you? Bunny, is it really you? It's me, sugar, and you remember my name. But I'm Jeannie now, pointing to a name tag that said Jeannie from Louisiana. I haven't forgot you. You were the one sweet boy from some dark old days. I never forgot you, Bunny. Jeannie. Help me sit up, can you? Jesus, you're a vision, girl. Seems too good to be true, like some kind of miracle. She leaned forward and helped me scoot up onto the pillows and grabbed a tissue from the nightstand to wipe the tears from my face. Your wound's bothering you now? No, it's you. I still can't believe you're sitting next to me here in Vietnam. It's crazy. Although she was supposed to visit several beds, she excused herself to tell her supervisor that I was an old friend. All afternoon, we exchanged life stories. Her stepfather, who worked at a truck stop, had pimped her out when she was only 16. One day, a truck driver gave her a ride to the brothel in West Memphis. That Louisiana shithole you was in is really bad. When the rig pulled up to the roadhouse and motel complex, he said, It don't look like much, honey, but Mrs. Clark, she's my sister, she'll take good care of you here. Mrs. Clark, the madam of that brothel in West Memphis, took her in and did take good care of her. She liked me and was kind, never sending me rough or kinky trade, and the money was good. Jeannie believed that I was the only version that she had ever had. One night a soldier back from Vietnam told her how some of the Red Cross girls in Vietnam were knocking down big money. Guys are paying $50 for just a hand job from a round eye. I signed up and here I am. At 1600, her supervisor called in all the girls. Jeannie leaned over. We're supposed to work the officers' club tonight, but I'll come by after dark, Tom. I've got one long, slow blowjob for you, sugar, so start thinking about it. And she was gone before I could explain how my balls had deserted me. Later, when she returned, she cried when I described my wounds. I did too. We sat in the dark, holding hands, smoking, and sipping from a bottle of Southern Comfort Jeannie had. It was heavenly. She told me that she'd been in the country for nearly a year and was scheduled to return to the States in 2 weeks. We're going down to Cameron in the morning. I'll try to get back to see you before my flight. I wasn't lying, Tom, when I said you're special to me. I want us to be friends. Tom, I'm going home with close to 60,000 fucking dollars. Round-eye dollars, the girls call it. Sweetie, I'm so goddamn happy my fucking days are over. If I never see another goddamn dick, it'll be too soon. We agreed to meet up once I got my discharge. For the next week, my mind dwelt on only 2 things, Jenny and the pain. I rationalized that the loss of my nuts and the pain were destiny's price for the return of the girl of my dreams. And there was such grand hope that we would meet up in the States and things would continue to gel between us. Then, for the second time, my world exploded. A convoy of trucks driving up from Cameron to Nha Trang was ambushed by snipers hiding in a Michelin rubber plantation. The only casualty, a Red Cross donut dolly who had hitched a ride in the back of a deuce and a half, Miss Jeannie Denmark of Picayune, Louisiana, on her way to visit me. Immediately after my discharge from the Navy, I drove down to Picayune, Louisiana, and found the tiny cemetery where Jeannie's remains were buried. Next to the plain cement marker with just her name, I dug a little trench into which I placed a bottle of Southern Comfort and my high school ring. It's 50 years past now, but I still think of her every day.